Hi everyone! Today we're gonna take a look at clothes. During my recovery time, I managed to check out some fashion on Pinterest and study Japanese and Korean street style. I really liked Japanese outfits with all the layers, silhouettes and huge boots, which are specifically my favorite, and I wear them myself once autumn comes. And for our video, I decided to pick and study cozy clothes that would give warm autumn vibes. So I picked 3 references which I'll link in the description below if you'd like to study same clothes with me. First will be this really cute outfit. And before anything else, I start with construction lines. Not sure if you can see them properly, sorry for that. It was really cloudy and dark outside, so I had to use my lamp for being able to record at all. But if to describe in words, I just draw an oval for head, then action line from it, and add a shape for ribcage and pelvis, and add lines for legs and arms, just to indicate where everything is supposed to be and make sure that my anatomy won't be broken. And this would be my tip number 1 for any sorts of studies. Make a construction sketch, especially when you study something like clothes that hides everything beneath it and breaks the actual silhouette of the body. Until your anatomy is as good that you can draw the body properly on a whim, with your eyes closed so to speak, always start with a base before moving further. Once I make sure my scaling is good and proportions are fine, I start adding the clothes, accessories and face features. Once autumn started, I felt in Halloween mood right away, and I've been trying to make all my sketches, ideas or studies with the same vibes, turning them into ghouls, vampires, witches, etc. So here I added the witch hats to all the girls. The main feature that makes clothes unique and quite complex in my opinion is folds. In order to make an outfit of your character make sense, you need to understand how fabric works. So during my reference studies, I take my time, look carefully at the shapes of the fabric and their direction. And also I'm trying to understand why the clothes lays that way. And the answer is points of tension. Points of tension, also called as points of support, are places where fabric is stretched the most. And on our body it can be elbows, knees, shoulders. So if you look closely, you'll see folds are formed from a tension point and way down, affected by gravity. Often there can be at least a couple of tensions in one part of cloth, sleeves, pants, which may make it look more complicated. But once you understand the logic behind this, it gets a bit easier, I promise. With the second reference, as usual, I start off with base sketch before getting to the outfit. Another thing I pay attention to is how each type of fabric forms folds differently. Some fabric is flowy and heavy, which makes its folds way down more. Some fabric is very wrinkly, some doesn't have much folds at all. And these outfits were perfect in my opinion for that observation too, as they have layers from different cloth. The third reference was a bit trickier for me because of the girl's arms positioning, even though I made an undersketch. You can see here I put her arms a bit too close to each other, so I had to fix that part. The other tricky thing in the outfit this time was her sweater underneath. It's really dark and the texture is quite thick, so you might think it's completely flat and has no movement to it. But I squinted really hard and was able to see few big shadows, indicating the sweater folded a little bit too. Another thing to point out, I never tried to copy a reference completely. So here I didn't try to repeat each detail and every small fold or wrinkle. I just drew main shapes, and for tiny folds I just add a couple of those, and for the rest I put zigzaggy lines or light strokes to indicate there's more to it there. And that's it for our clothing studies. Hope you enjoyed the way it turned out and my insights during the process, and I really hope it was helpful or at least interesting in any way. Also let me know if you would like me to show how I study a specific art subject and break down my approach to it same way I did here. Write your suggestions in the comments below and I'll make sure to make it happen. Meanwhile, thank you for watching and till the next time.